I just came across a really interesting report where Donald Trump is discussing the possibility of lowering taxes for those who make less than $150,000 a year. So that means the maybe upper middle class, and definitely the lower classes will have lower taxes. And he's talking about even eliminating taxes for people who make less than $150,000 per year, which would benefit everyone. Now let's take a look at what this would do to the economy. You know, I was really lucky because I had Harvard professors who taught me economics. I was looking on the internet and I went into AI, went into GPT chat, I went into Perplexity. I also looked at Grok 3, and they're all telling me that lowering the taxes for the middle class doesn't benefit the economy. It doesn't benefit the middle class. In fact, it doesn't benefit anyone, and it doesn't benefit even the government. To me, that sounds like a communist economics class that you would have gotten in Soviet Union back in the 1960s and 50s. Absolutely. If you have more money in your pocket, just let's use common sense here, right? You have more money in your pocket. What are your three options to do with that extra money? Because you're not paying taxes, right? Or your taxes have been lowered. Three things can happen. You can either save the money, you could spend the money, or you could pay off your debt. Now let's examine all three scenarios. The first, if you were to save the money, what would happen there? Well, it may not stimulate the economy as drastically as if you spent it, but it could stimulate the markets, meaning the stock markets, because if you're saving more money, chances are you're going to invest it in something. So that being the case, and if that was the only scenario and everybody decided to save their money, it would bolster the stock markets and companies would have more money to invest in creating products and services. That's one scenario. The second scenario is everybody decides to spend the extra disposable cash that they have because of the lower tax rates. What would happen? Well, that would create more demand for goods and services. Goods and services, more demand. More demand means that more employment. Companies need to hire more people to fulfill delivering those products and those services to the market. It's very, very simple. Supply and demand. When there's a high supply of something and a low demand, the price drops. When there's a high demand and a low supply, the price increases, right? The same thing, if you have a lot of demand and to fulfill that demand, you need people to do that, right? So that helps bolster the economy. Number three, what happens if everyone pays off their debt? Well, there's 6 possibilities. It could reduce consumer spending, which is okay, you don't get the economic stimulus immediately that you were hoping for, but it would improve the household financial health of each household, meaning they would have more money to maybe make expensive purchases like homes and cars and things like that. So in the end, that would stimulate the economy, but it would just take a little bit longer. It would increase future spending capacity, meaning people would have more money to spend in the future. It would potentially reduce in government revenue, but keep in mind that would be offset by drill baby drill, that would be offset by tariffs. And of course I say drill baby drill, the Greens are freaking out going, oh my God, what does he say? If I say tariffs on the globals, you go, oh my God, what did you say about tariffs? Oh my God. Tariffs, if used responsibly, can be beneficial. Drill baby drill, if used responsibly, can be beneficial to the economy. Just look at Saudi Arabia. How does their economy work? It works pretty damn well, doesn't it? They have a lot of money in that country, don't they? So, and that's all based on drill baby drill, not just the tariff thing. So it could have possible long-term benefits for the economy. So it would be a long-term play if everybody started paying off their debt. And last thing is, it would impact interest rates. I mean, the government needs to borrow money anyway to pay off its debts, right? So if everybody's paying off their debt and there's less debt stress on the economy, probably means we would have lower interest rates, so it would cost the government less money to service the debt. I'd like to hear your thoughts and your opinions about this.